Yeah, so did you have anything you want to talk about for this dry run now that we took us like an hour to figure out equipment and shit?
Well, seeing as though it's just the two of us, so we can't make it but so juicy, I really wanted to start with, just talking about how we, just really been feeding ideas off of each other and, what are some things that we want to talk about and bring to the forefront. I really wish, I heard a great speech by Trevor Noah when he was introducing his podcast, and he was talking about how, people are so offended and people are so careful with their speech now. Like, if I wasn't recorded or, if I wasn't always, being recorded or on TV or whatever, I would say this or I would say that. And he was stating how it makes it difficult for people to have real conversations. And if we're not having real conversations, then, how can we
be real?
Yeah, be real and solve real problems and things like that. So I hope that that's something that we can do, is talk about things that people don't normally talk about.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to have thick skin and just kind of go from there. But yeah. Because how are you going to be scared to talk? Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, you know what? We also have to come up with a name for this podcast, too.
Yes.
Yeah. I just thought about that.
Something that's going to bring the viewers, something
interesting, right?
Yeah, something that's going to make people want to listen.
Yeah, that is
and watch, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube.
It's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Damn. I guess that's something we have to come up with, too. I like the old Creep Squad joint, but I figure if everybody
who's gonna want to watch a bunch of creeps?
Yeah, exactly. exactly. Oh my God.
And it doesn't really put a great vibe for me, considering I'm married.
Oh yeah, I'm married too. Yeah. My wife probably thinks I'm a creep anyway, so it wouldn't be too much of a shock or too far fetched.
My husband probably has some other words, descriptive words. I don't know if creep really
falls into line with that.
So, here's a great thing that I know we could touch on. I know one thing we always talk about is relationships, right? And since we're talking about marriage, we always talk about relationships. One show that I really learn a lot, and I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about relationships, but I particularly have learned a lot. And I know I'm going to catch a lot of backlash, but I have learned a lot about females.
Really?
And I got to give it to y'all.
Y'all work.
Yeah.
Y'all work.
You guys deal with a lot. And I tell my husband all the time, look, I know my crazy. But the type of crazy that kind of floats around in various female forms. So one of my favorite shows that has really showed me a lot is 90 Day Fiance, and I feel like it's a lot more. It's more. How do I say? It's about more than just people from different cultures in different countries. You still see the divide between male and female, and how the female perspective or even female assumptions can be so far off from the truth, and as I sit back and I watch a lot of these couples, I'm like, wow, and I hear the male perspective, and the females, they very rarely can catch what's being said or what's even being, what does that even mean? Or what's even being mentioned by the males, because they're so upset.
Really?
We watched this one, I forget, it's an Indian man and an American girl, and I cannot remember their names. Next time we get together, I'll have their names. But she, screamed. They were going back and forth. He was calm the whole time.
Is he Indian, from India with the accent India? Or
she moved to India to live with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it black chick or white chick?
White.
Ooh, okay.
And,
okay.
I gotta say, as being newly married and having a great wedding, I was jealous because...
Really? Your wedding was awesome, though.
Absolutely. However, I really wanted a cultural flair, and a lot of it, I kind of wish I used to wish that I was married.
Yeah.
Get to have an Indian wedding because they're so elaborate. The groom comes in on an elephant.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And
it's hard to beat that. Yeah.
The color scheme is amazing. There's flowers everywhere. They order all the jewelry, all the fabrics, everything that you see comes from India. So it's just beautiful. But his wedding was actually in India, and they did. The whole thing was 4 days. It's a 4-day long
wedding
ceremony. Yeah, and I mean, she's getting fabric draped on her, jewelry draped on her,
Jesus
food, of
Christ.
course, the henna tattoo process, the whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
And she just has this stank attitude the whole time because she's not familiar with the culture and nobody is telling her what's going on. I'm like, girl, you're ridiculous.
Right.
Because I would just be
Sit
like,
back and enjoy it. Why
right.
did she was white.
Yes.
That's probably why.
Yes.
Yeah, they always have to feel like they're in control and shit. Like, yo, just sit back, relax, enjoy the ambiance.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you getting everything. It's like a lavish wedding
Yeah.
that most people won't get, you know?
Exactly. So that's one thing I'm gonna bring to the table. Probably is my 90 Day Fiance update.
Okay.
There's another couple, Johan and I believe her name is Daniela. Daniela's from New York. She moved to Dominican Republic to be with Johan. That's the other thing. This show is like a really bad. It's given the DR a bad name, a bad rap, because everybody that's from DR, it just doesn't end up well.
Really?
Come to find out.
Why? Like, I mean, I love the DR.
So come to find out, Johan's he's the Dominican, and he was in other relationships with other women. They're married,
Oh,
and
shit.
was asking all these women for money
What?
while he's married to, to
The
Danielle.
audacity.
Right.
Like how?
And after she's dropped everything and moved there, he tells her, "Well, now you're gonna pay for everything since you moved here because this was not the plan."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yo. This is on 90 Day Fiance.
This is on 90 Day
This is just another
Fiancé.
couple.
And so he proceeds on Christmas Day, he proceeds to like pack his stuff and leave.
Mhm.
And she's like, "You're not taking the clothes. I bought those clothes. You're not taking those." And so he's like, "Fine," and picks up the dog. And she's like, "You're not taking my dog." He's like, "I paid for it, so I'm taking it." I'm like,
Oh,
this
what
is
the fuck? Is the fiance she another white chick or black chick?
she so this is where you're gonna laugh at me. Italian, maybe? She looks like she's
White?
I grade on a curve.
Right, yeah. She's just a little darker white.
Yeah,
darker version.
if your
Okay.
skin is a little more olive,
Right.
I try to,
Her skin was sun touched,
Yeah.
sun kissed a little bit. Okay. Dang.
So,
But he
90
was but
days-
he was already with other women before he got with her though.
but even was still pursuing women,
Right.
even after they were married, and having
That's just-
them
yeah.
send money as well.
Damn, that's kind of fucked up.
Very.
Yeah. Oh man.
So yeah, my
This
90
90
Day
Day Fiancé.
Fiancé gossip.
Jesus Christ. And so they have 90 days. So they barely know each other. It's like day 1 meet and then day 90 they're getting married. Is that
Yeah.
kind of how it works?
That's how it works. They got 90 days to get married.
Mm.
Once
I
the
would never
K1
be- I would be
visa has
single like
been
shit.
approved, yeah, it's
Mhm.
like a whole time-sensitive ordeal. So
Damn. 90 Day Fiance. Okay. What is it? Does Adonis watch it with you?
he does, because I watch it so much, and every time I'm always posing these like hypothetical questions. He's like, "What the? Where's this coming from?"
So as a man, yes. Oh my God. Every time me and Monique watch something, she'll pose a question. I'm like, yo, that is so from a guy's perspective. That's pretend make believe. Like, why are you asking me that question? That's probably
Yeah.
why he's like, don't ask me that. Like you don't.
Yeah, like I just got here. Why are you asking me that?
Yeah.
That's always the look I get.
Let me just decompress for a little bit and sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah. So the one that the other girl that's married to the Indian man, she and his name is TJ. I forget what her name is, but last night they were going back and forth, and he had a valid point, and she did too. She was saying she was depressed or whatever, and it was very much like that SNL skit we watched with Bad Bunny, where
Oh,
the
he was an
son.
aunt or something?
The son said he was depressed, or the girlfriend said the
Yeah.
son was depressed, and he was like, "He is not depressed." He tried to say he was depressed, and I told him, "Do something else."
Yeah.
He kind of gave that to her. He was like,
Oh.
"Well, don't be depressed anymore. Get up, like, and do something."
Oh, right. It doesn't work that way.
And so,
Oh,
next
my
thing
God.
you know, this chick just holds her ears and just belts out a screeching scream.
What?
Yeah. And
Wow.
that's how me and Adonis got quiet, and so did TJ. TJ was like,
What the fuck?
and 90 Day Fiancé cued the music like, dun dun dun.
Add that drama to it. Add that drama. Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
So 90 Day Fiancé
God.
really highlights the female crazy.
I see. So you
Yeah.
kind of maybe I need to have Monique watch that so she can realize how crazy women are.
Yeah.
And she'll make comments like, "I don't know how you guys put up with us," and I was like, "Vagina, that's what it is."
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, like, this is why guys go bald, gray. Like, I get if you have kids, you know, I don't have any kids, so I don't understand that aspect of it, but the stress just from your wife is like, oh my God. Yeah, this is why I'm losing my hair right now.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
My husband's bald.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
So that, you know,
Yeah.
shows you what. But he was bald when I met him, so.
Okay, that's not your fault, then. That's not your fault.
It's not my
Okay,
fault,
that was
right.
before you got there.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny.
You know, even Steve Harvey, they have that whole strawberry letter.
That's all. Yeah, I think I've heard. I've heard some wild shit on that strawberry letter joint.
Yeah, they've got that strawberry letter, and that's pretty. I mean, you think about it, that would be that's an awesome cover up.
Yeah,
To talk about things that may or may not have happened.
And I'm thinking, we'd just be like, so yeah, this letter states that so this guy was dating this woman and he met this chick on a boat.
Mr. Squeeze. So random. I don't know if you remember these children's books. I bought the collection for my niece. And they're these little children's books, and they have these characters. They're all different colors, and they come in different shapes. I don't know if you remember them. So I'm going to show you the picture, and if we ever talk about this again, then we'll post it on the YouTube.
Okay.
And it's this author. Hold on, I'm going to bring up one of the... Okay, so this is one of the characters.
I do remember this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this particular... So they all have their own books. It comes in a collection. And this book is called Mr. Tickle. Well, I had to pull Mr. Tickle from the collection because Mr. Tickle quickly got inappropriate.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad name already, Mr. Tickle. Like,
Right. And I was like, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
And that's usually how I end up in all, awkward circumstances.
Yeah.
Curiosity
Oh my
kills
God.
the cat.
Yo, you go down that rabbit hole.
So let
That's
me
hard
tell
to
you,
get out.
and I'll bring it for the next podcast, and I'll read a couple of pages. It's
Yes.
really short, but it got super inappropriate as it talked about how Mr. Tickle was outside of a school.
Already bad. No. Starting off on the wrong.
And not only was he outside of a school, but he was peering into one of the classroom windows and could see the children learning. And in this picture, you see Mr. Tickle has long arms. And so Mr. Tickle proceeds to take his long arms and put them in the classroom window.
Oh no. Oh no.
And tickle no other than the teacher.
Well, thank God.
And the teacher jumps up and lets out a scream and proceeds to say stop. However, Mr. Tickle does not stop.
Oh, see, right, yeah, red flag right there.
Like,
He's very
Mr.
aggressive, like a
Tickle-
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. Mr. Tickle, no means no.
Right.
And why are you at the schoolhouse?
Right, of all the places, yeah. I'm not feeling that one.
Why aren't you at the supermarket where the stay-at-home
Some grown-ups, yeah, something. La
Stay-at-home
biblioteca, like. Yo, oh no. And this was a children's book.
Yep. So I have to read the rest of the collection to see what other books are inappropriate and ban them from the household. But this one,
That could be a good segment.
yeah,
What-
I quickly y'all are worried about Dr. Seuss. Mr. Tickle is out here sexually harassing teachers
Yeah. They're peering into the window right there.
of where our children are learning.
No.
Where learning time is supposed to be happening.
Right. I'm gonna need you to back off, Mr. Tickle. Fuck out of here! Oh my God!
Oh.
No, yeah, I remember seeing those books. I don't think I read them. Well, yeah, you read some stuff now. It's like very inappropriate for 2023.
Yeah. You're gonna need. I know you remember because you were a fan of Dave Chappelle.
Of course,
The Dave Chappelle Show is
one of my
a
favorites.
Wrap It Up B box.
Wrap it up, B.
Because I sometimes can get lost in my own stories.
No. I think so. One thing I have learned is editing. So
Yeah.
everything that we do, we talk about. Because I figure, there's going to be some, I want to say like blank air, just until we think about what else to talk about. And when it comes time to edit, I can edit that all the way out. Like take a block of this blank space and delete, and so it just kind of flows from this conversation to the next conversation. And I can hear the difference. So like right now I'm talking to the mic, I can hear myself, but like I've been turning my head like this way or this way. It's like you can hear the difference. So it's gonna take some getting used to. But we're almost there. Like we have a fucking podcast set up now.
Yes, I'm gonna be working super hard on some great topics
Okay,
for next
okay.
time. I'm wondering how often will we record?
I was gonna say maybe once a week.
Once a week is awesome.
Okay, okay, yeah, cause like yo, if we can use this setup right here, like this is perfect. This is perfect. We have the laptop. We can like Google random shit. Does the TV work over there?
Yes, it does. We just probably would need like Apple TV or whatever.
Okay,
Or Fire Stick or
yeah, or
whatever.
like turn on some CNN. We could talk about the war. Well, that's kind of heavy, but
Movies. We did say movies.
yeah, movies.
Let's talk about that real quick. Have you seen Napoleon yet?
No, how was it? Did you enjoy yourself?
Did I tell you what happened?
No.
So Cinemark at Arundel Mills,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty big. It was always, well, when they opened it, it's, it's like Egypt is the theme of the movie theater. It was a big deal when it opened almost 20 years ago.
I
And
remember, yeah.
it has just been constant disappointment every time we go. And
No. What happened?
well, and for us, for people who are big time movie fanatics, I had to tell Adonis, like, I think, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get really bougie with our movie game and like
Mhm.
travel,
To different theaters, like
Yeah,
kind of
to
further
different
away
theaters.
from your inner circle, close.
yeah, theaters that are that show real value in the whole movie experience. Just because I love the movie so much, we waited since June. I think we were all waiting for Napoleon to come out, and especially not just because of Napoleon, but I'm a huge Joaquin Phoenix fan.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
But yeah, we get to the movie, and I think the first issue we had a young lady that was doing the popcorn. We had to find somebody to get our popcorn. They didn't have the pizzas ready, and this is like the first show. This is the first showing of the day.
Okay.
So I said,
mid-afternoon-ish.
"Oh yeah, 11:40 was the show
Okay,
time."
good matinee.
Tuesday,
Yes. Yep.
yeah.
Middle of the day.
Special
middle of the,
discount.
yes, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
So I asked her, said, how much longer before the pizzas will be out? And she was like, oh, I can make it for you right now. It's no problem. It'll be like 5 minutes. I said, okay, great. And she was like, well, I don't do this for everybody, but I'll do it for you. So I was like, okay, thank you so much.
I
I
don't need
appreciate
to know that,
it.
but yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes our popcorn, does the whole Salt Bay thing, putting the salt on the popcorn. I was like, this girl's really showing out. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was like, listen, we're going to be here for 3 hours because the movie's 3 hours and 4 minutes. I was like, no rush, And Adonis is like, fuck that. I want the pizza. I'm hungry now. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, y'all do your thing. I go get the seats. We've totally missed previews with that whole exchange.
Oh. I love previews too.
I love previews too, especially when it's before a big time movie like that,
Right.
because they're going to show everything that's going to
All
come
the
up
good
next.
shit that's about to come out. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I'm sitting in a theater waiting for Adonis. Adonis is still missing like 15 minutes later. Eventually he pops up. He doesn't have a pizza. I'm like, what happened?
Shit.
And he was like, I don't know. Adonis just gets flustered. He doesn't like communicate well. Like,
Right. Like, fuck.
yeah. He was like, I don't know what happened. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, all you missed was a chick got her head chopped off. Whatever.
Oh.
So.
Wait, oh my God, yo! So what happened?
Okay. So I have high blood pressure. I suffer from high blood pressure, and so I have a medication for that, along with a muscle relaxer because they think I have a hernia
Oh
or
shit!
some herniating disc. So I got a lot going on. So anyway, I go to be responsible to go get my medication. It's been 2 weeks, but I went to
Okay.
get the medication.
Okay.
And they're telling me this is Walgreens. No shout out to Walgreens because y'all suck. They
Walgreens does
proceed to
suck,
tell
though. Yeah,
me
they fucking suck.
we don't have a prescription. I said that can't be true because I've received several text messages from you guys. I even called and spoke to someone in regards to my prescription. And when I call, it tells me that the prescription is ready. Long story short, I went from this Walgreens, I traveled about 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the road to the other Walgreens where they claimed the prescription was. It was not. I went back to my doctor's office, got a copy of the prescription, brought it back to that Walgreens for them to still tell me we don't have the prescription, they need to approve it. Why do they need to approve it when I'm giving you the written printed prescription and they sent the prescription electronically?
Right.
And they're telling me, oh, well, we don't have the prescription, we never received it, it went to our customer. Just a bunch of confusion. I didn't get my medication.
Oh.
That's situation number one. Situation number two, I have a whole, I can't talk about it, but I have a thing going on in case going on and I'm waiting for something to pay out.
Right.
So I got a notice saying there's a certified letter, come to the post office and pick it up.
Okay.
I get that it's December 1st. I walk into the post office. The line meets me as soon as I walk in. There's only 2 people working at the post office counter.
I hate going to the post office now.
On a Friday.
Oh, no.
At 11:30 in the morning.
That would not sound so bad. Usually, 11:30 in the morning, y'all supposed to be at fucking work. I should be able to get from here
Get
to
in
the
and
front
out.
of the line.
Get in and out.
Yeah.
And if it's only 2 of you and you're not able to process the line, this is the type of work ethic that I come from.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to call somebody from in the back.
Yeah.
Somebody is supposed
Fucking
to be able
come
to come up and help you.
Yeah.
And somebody is also supposed to come and be able to filter the line and say, who is just here to pick up mail, which is
Right.
me,
Or who's just dropping off?
or who's just dropping off.
Yeah. Get that shit, yeah.
And we're talking about in Ellicott City, Maryland, where the average sale price, here comes my realtor.
It's a very nice part of town.
Yeah, average sale price is about $550,000 or more,
Yeah. Oh.
and I can't get in and out of the post office.
Yeah. Yo. Yeah, that would have pissed me off too.
So I'm waiting for that whole situation to be settled, and I call, my attorney, and I'm like, I don't want to stand in this line if it's not what I'm waiting for.
Right.
If it's just a copy of some papers.
Like, I could do this another day.
I don't. And they were like, no, we think it's what we're waiting for. You need to stay there. So I leave. I go deal with Walgreens, drive all around Ellicott City, come back to the post office, wait again. The person who took my slip, he can't even find the letter. So that takes like a whole nother 15, 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Guess what it was when he brings it to me?
Where?
It's a copy of papers that I already electronically have. Here's the thing about me is I'm totally green. I don't need hard copies of anything.
Right, yeah.
I don't.
Before, but we
Yeah.
don't need to kill papers anymore. Everything is done electronically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that wasted my time, and I'm so old school. I just remember, like when I used to call my doctor, I remember calling my doctor, and the secretary that's worked there for 25 years that knew my mom and my neighbor and my teacher would pick up after 2 rings. Not, you gotta call your doctor and you're pressing option 4, option
To
Z.
speak with their representative. Nigga,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Representative.
Yeah.
Representative.
Fucking hate that. Oh my God. I just have one simple question. I don't want to go
I'm
around.
sorry, I didn't catch that request. I didn't recognize that option.
Oh my God. Yeah, that will. And this all happened yesterday.
Oh, happened yesterday.
Yo.
And
oh
it
my
took me
God.
from 11. I got to the post office at 11:30. It took from 11 to maybe about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And that was a big waste of time. I didn't get
Okay.
anything
Done.
that I set out to do. I didn't get it.
Waiting
accomplished.
because of this fucking post office, right?
Post office and Walgreens.
Jesus Christ. Yo, that would piss me the fuck off.